Put your red shirt on and a brown coat too. Everybody's joining the crew. We got just one ring, let we rule them all. Hope people remember your house. Get your Uru feathers and your Middle-earth guns. A sonic screwdriver or a sword +1. Use Valerian steel if it will get you to come. To the pit, tank. To the pit, tank. The Rocky Mountain Pit Tank.
Hi, I'm Troy.
Hi, I'm Alex.
And this is Geek Tank, your pigment-sized podcast. Guy is going to be coming in shortly late. He didn't say how late, but we will see how late. Hey, Brent, good to see you here. So we remembered this time we were going to do painting. So
yay!
That little dude. My guy's spear's all kind of bent. I don't know about your guy.
I haven't opened up my guy yet. I have no idea.
You could show a close-up to everybody since yours isn't opened up yet. This is the
mint in box.
Yeah, mint in box. About to ruin that. But yeah, we're gonna give this guy a shot at painting him. Have you ever tried painting a miniature, Alex, or have you?
Yes, but it's been like decades because I'm terrible at it.
Okay, so might as well say you haven't tried painting.
Awful. Just awful.
It's I felt the same way when I started painting, but I started really young, and I don't know how many minis it took before I started like actually liking my work. But it definitely takes a lot. Oh, box opening video. Yeah, yay. Unboxing.
Yeah, here we go. Getting the sweet content plays.
Yep. But I'm bending his spear back a little bit at a time while waiting. It's one of these things where if you get a plastic mini that's bent and you want to get it back in shape, you can like put it in really hot water, put it in and try to shape it and then put it in the freezer. But you have to really care a lot about it. I'm actually not a fan of this particular weapon looking at it. This is the first time I've looked at it outside of the package. I just opened it up about 15 minutes ago. Hey, there's a guy.
I was hoping I could do a box opening video of me opening up my corset vest, but
oh man,
that was very weird because like totally. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be here late.
You jerk.
I was waiting. I'm sitting here waiting, and I'm sitting here waiting, and I looked at my email, and there hadn't been an email, and then I waited, and then all of a sudden the email showed up just now. So I was like, wait a minute.
It's because the email likes Alex better than you,
I guess. Not sure what that meant or why that was a thing.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do this tonight, but I might try swapping the weapon out with something different. See if I can.
This armament looks really flimsy.
Yeah,
it's just begging to break.
But yeah, this is the Oni Paint Kit by Wizkids. I think they changed. I think they might have changed something connected with it because I'm noticing. Nope, the brushes still say Wizkids, but I was noticing that part of this was saying another name that I'd never seen before. Oh, Den of Imagination. So I don't know I don't know how that wasn't on the other one. I think I've seen before. But yeah, so this guy comes with 12 different paints. I'm sure that's not legible. And it's pretty good paint. It's Vallejo paint. So I use just some clippers like this to separate them. Normally, you'll see with Alex, they're all connected together.
Yeah, it's a recipe for disaster.
It's kind of a preference of mine to do that. On the other kits I've had, you'll notice how there's a little connector here that connects the lid to the pot of paint. I have clipped that off before, so that way I could just remove the top and set it aside. But again, this becomes just personal preference stuff.
That's cool. I guess I would grab a pair of get my multi-tool.
Yeah, if you want. It's I just, like I said, it might not be something that bothers you as much as it bothers me to have them all connected.
I'm learning from my teacher.
I also recommend grab yourself a paper towel or a napkin and like a.
Because you'll drool.
You'll drool over the and then at least one, if not two, little containers you can use for water for cleaning your paintbrush.
I just happen to have a roll of paper towels right here off camera next on my computer table.
Nice.
For this exact purpose.
Sweet.
No other reason.
No. And the lotion is to help loosen up the brush bristles.
Drooling.
All right. But I use 2 things of water because one I use to clean the brush and the other I use if I need to thin any paint. And I don't want the water I'm using to thin my paint to have particles of other paint colors in it.
Fair.
Not sure how
Take
much
off his little seatbelt.
thinning this paint will do. Something I only recently started doing, like in the past year, is I've started using distilled water specifically instead of tap water, because I'd read somewhere that it recommended that even tap water can have things in it that can mess with your paint job. And I don't know how true that is, but since I had a thing of distilled water, I figured why not go ahead and give it a try.
Cool. Guess I'll go grab a couple little cups of
yeah, tap water's fine.
Of,
I used it for years.
Filtered water.
Yeah, filtered. Go for it.
I'm wearing my painting pants. It's funny.
Nice. Yeah, I'm guessing just to the right there. Yeah, I've heard of the eyedropper technique before. I don't have one of those handy, so I usually just dip the brush and then drip the water from the brush onto it. I'm not sure how much thinning these paints are gonna need.
We'll see.
One of my fears was that it might be dried up. Just a little bit of white here.
In which case, that's it, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. I've already got just out of the package. I don't know how you're even going to see that. If I hold it up this way. Maybe a white card. I don't know if I get close enough for that to focus on there. Yeah, just out of the package, and there's already a couple of bristles already going the wrong direction on this. Bit disappointing. It's probably the first beginner thing I would advise people is to not put your paintbrush too far into your paint. You do not want paint getting up into the connector part, the ferrule, where the brush connects to the metal part. So you're only
Guy's all
doing
set
like
up to do an unboxing video. Look at him go.
Yeah, he's off to it. I rigged this up. I'm going to see if I can change perspective now. Excuse my crotch.
There's no excuse for your crotch.
Well, blame my mom.
Your mom.
Of course, now it's all going to be. Probably needs more light.
Can you hear me on this microphone, by the way?
Yeah.
What'd you say? I can't hear you.
Yeah. Do I sound far away?
You sound like you're in Arvada.
Oh, that is far away.
Arvada.
Arvada.
Yeah, you have always pronounced it like you're from Louisville.
Like from somewhere, not here.
Louisville.
Louisville.
So, I'm not sure I want to paint him like he looks on the box, but
Oh yeah, screw that. I'm gonna have fun painting whatever I want to paint him.
it's kind of like an angry Smurf.
He does kind of look like an angry Smurf.
I mean, I'm not super up on Japanese mythology. Are Oni typically blue, or are they all colors of the rainbow?
No, Oni are all kinds of different colors. So,
If we're gonna make an Oni, I should probably make a red Oni.
That's what I was thinking.
Because I'm a red Oni.
a fine detailed brush.
I don't have the colors of the rainbow, or I could make like an LGBT Oni.
Rainbow color.
Yep. I would like to say a special thanks to Kirin Games, our sponsor, for supplying us with these guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Chris. Rice Oni, San Francisco treat.
Yeah. And my old training partner was more blue Oni and more red Oni. Check it out on tvtropes.com.
Brent is saying your desk mic is not working. He is hearing you from across the room.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. I've got a mic right here, and you should be hearing it.
See, I thought you were across the room, so I figured everything was fine.
No, I have a mic directly above this camera.
And that's probably not the mic broadcasting.
Yeah, it's not taking that mic in at all.
Sorry, tvtropes.org. My bad.
So the cool thing about these WizKid guys is that they're pre-primered, which removes a step that you don't have to get a can of primer and primer it. And there's two schools of thought on painting, and that's doing either two thin layers or one less thin layer. And the biggest advice I ever see anybody giving other painters is to use thinner layers, but that means you have to paint it twice. If you're you have to go back over it. So it's kind of I've not gone into doing thin layers yet, but I'm also not entering competitions. So I'm noticing there's that's pretty good. They hid the mode line on the shoulder. Let me get that in here. Probably need more light here. But they hid the mold line on the shoulder there in the shirt, which is nice.
That is kind of cool.
So it looks like the shirt instead of actual mold line. So let's see, we got some flesh on the face and the chest and the arms and the feet, it looks like.
Yep. And the legs, like above below the
armor.
Hulk pants and above the armor.
Gotcha. Yeah, it looks like just his toes sticking out there, right?
Well,
no,
the foot too.
This is the whole
Sandal.
foot. Yeah. No, that's a mold line I'm looking at. I'm like, is that armor? And that's a mold line. I don't know if I can get in close enough to show that.
Let's see if that's this one or that one. Okay, I've added the other mic. In theory, this should be this microphone.
There you go. See, yeah, like this little part here on the left foot, I thought might have been armor, but it's actually a mold line. I'm doing this all backwards. There we go.
Yeah, I see the mold line, but there's also the sandal strap.
Yeah, the sandal strap's supposed to be there. The mold line I thought was armor, but now that I look at it closer, I'm like, nope, not armor. I'm going to grab a sharp object and try to remove that. I'm reaching for my sharp object without looking, so hopefully I do not cut my hand off.
Have fun stabbing yourself.
Again.
Some more.
Try to aim this light more over here, see if that helps. Maybe if I move this out of the way. Try not to dump a whole bunch more miniatures right in the camera. It's a crap-a-lanch. Is that it? I don't think that's any better. Oh, it's okay.
Can you hear me over here?
It sounds like you're not near the mic, if that's what
should be correct, because now I should be near the mic. Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you.
Okay, yeah. So I fixed it by messing with it. Really what I did was I just turned on the ground mic over here, so I'm on the microphone that's on the camera.
I should probably not lean on the thing that has all the
lean on
paints
the
on
thing.
It. Well, that would make for better video.
It would. Lean on thing. When you're not strong. Okay. Let's see what we got. Kind of ugly. Gotcha. What went on his back here?
Where?
There's a hole right there. What goes in that hole?
That's supposed to be tattered.
Okay.
He's not. He didn't buy his clothes fresh from Kmart. He's had them for a while.
He is kind of an Oni, so there's that.
Yeah, it's not a jetpack. It doesn't go there. So I was trying to determine where does his.
So in the future, do you guys have jetpacks? We have jetpacks.
They're terribly useful.
Okay.
All right. So you're
There's
talking
some
about
good colors in here.
What's that?
I said we've got some good colors in here.
Oh yeah, there's good colors, of course. I'm gonna have to remember to hold it here so it's
kind of like this gun or this turquoise in this.
You want to go for that for the skin color?
No, I'm gonna go for his clothes first.
Oh, okay.
Because
I usually recommend starting from the inside out.
Yep.
So the skin below the clothing is where I would start. So that way, if you mess up and get it on the clothing.
True. What color did we decide we were going to be?
You can make them whatever color you want.
Of course I can. I haven't decided yet. Maybe he's purple.
He's the eggplant Oni. So some of these paints look like they may have dried.
Yeah, my red looks like it's actually still liquid, but some of these don't.
Yeah. This purple doesn't look so good.
Yeah, the violet red was also looking kind of clumpy, but
That's
okay.
It's red.
It's acrylic, so you can just add a little water and stir it up, and it should all be good.
A little water and it'd be fine. But I need to get myself a stirry thingy. That's a technical term. Stirry thingy.
Not far enough away. So I went ahead and put my brushes in the water just to kind of loosen them up a bit.
Okay. Just remember a couple of water down here. Maybe I left them up on the stairwell. Hold on.
Oops. I'm going to look up Oni's skin colors real quick.
You're going to be accurate about all this. I'm not. I'm going to make them purple.
I'm just curious. Oni's skin color ranges from blue to the more common red.
So purple's right in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Can be white or even a mix of colors. This may have been inspired by the Japanese dragons, which are said to have many colors. No, I don't want to buy an Oni mask. Thank you.
Yeah, Artsmith has got some Oni masks. So maybe one of these days I'll buy a blue one for Mr. Parchman and a red one for myself.
Yeah, red definitely does seem more common.
Yeah.
Not going to go with a green one to match your tiefling?
No. I'm painting him whatever color I want to paint him. The color I want to paint him is purple.
All right. I thought I would have already had a color figured out here. But it's a little trickier than I was expecting. Oh, you know what? It came with a gunmetal. I'm going to make a Cyber Oni.
You know, I thought about that for about 30 seconds and then it went no. And so you can beat me to it.
Yeah.
That's okay.
So I'm shaking the paint pot as rapidly and fast. One of the things that I've seen a lot of painters recommend that I'm probably going to get off of Amazon someday is a little nail polisher shaker for shaking nail polish, and because it works really great for acrylic paints for painting miniatures.
Agreed.
Let's see here. Yeah, so my gunmetal's looking really thick there, so I'm going to add some water to it. I don't know. I have to get really close to the camera for it to focus. Interesting.
Yeah. My red is I shook it up, it's all bubbly, like it's really liquidy.
Yeah. You might, do you have like a toothpick or anything around?
No.
Okay. As I say, you could you could just turn the paintbrush around and use the back of it to stir it.
Oh, but no, looking at it, it's like, even like I turned it over, there's no sediment at the bottom.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And that's the red?
Yeah, that's my red ink.
Oh, it's an ink.
Oh, that's why ink.
That's why it's an ink.
Yeah, that's used for highlights. So I guess you don't have red as an option.
Womp womp. No red Oni for
Yeah.
me.
So I didn't realize it was an ink. So what do we have? We have red ink. We
And there's
have
violet red.
but that's
The
not
violet red's very
That's
purple.
purple.
This is violet red.
Yeah.
That's
quick.
a very purple.
Quick, guy, run some red paint over to Alex.
Right?
I mean, I guess I go with the blue. I go with the blue that they have on the thing. So it looks like it's a darker blue, and then they use like the lighter blue for the highlights.
Yeah, you could do that. You can also, since they gave us white, you could go with the lighter blue and then mix a little white into the blue, like a separate little part to do highlights even lighter than that if you wanted to.
Man, dude.
I'm talking too much, aren't I?
You're like, you can do all these really cool things with painting if you know what the fuck you're doing. Well, guess what?
Well, I'm going to try to talk you through it, dude.
All
yeah.
right.
Go with
I'm going to leave you alone on this one.
Go with what looks good.
Figure it out yourself, Alex.
Okay.
I mean, I know what looks good is like the red, which they gave you an ink and not actual paint, so that doesn't help.
Yes, I don't know what I should do.
Go with the darker blue, and we can make it. We can control how light it is. I'm realized I'm painting over in front of me and not in front of the camera. Do we get that in there?
Yeah, I actually don't get any feedback with this particular side, so if I am not painting on screen, please give me an alert.
Okay, Brent's gonna run some red to you. He just has to get here from Kansas.
From 8 to 10 hours, cool. Just in time for
Yeah.
me to go to work.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, speaking of that, are we walking tomorrow, bro?
You told me that you weren't going to be really available till the 20th, but sure.
Well, I said that, and then everybody changed all their schedules. So,
oh, okay,
including my work schedule. So I'm off tomorrow. Well, I'm not off. I've got work to do, but I've got my normal be here and broadcast work. Not
cool.
So.
Yeah, sure. I have a training tomorrow starting at 8:30. So
that's all right.
So as long as I'm back and presentable and ready to rock and roll at 8:30, we're good.
Should be noted that Alex is very rarely presentable.
So if you can see,
well, I mean, the clothes I wear during our walk would not fly for
right
work. Yeah,
work.
So one of the tricks I use here too, depending on how much paint I got on the lid, I'll actually just get my paint off the top of the lid because it gives me better control on how much I'm getting on the brush.
Yeah. Well, my Prussian blue seems to be of a good consistency.
That's good.
I'm guessing I should use the multi-purpose for like the big pieces of skin and the
yeah,
for
that's
like
what
the
I'm doing.
ankles.
I'm using the multi-purpose, but if you find it's still too hard to get where you're trying to go to, you can switch to the smaller one.
All right.
Multi-purpose one saves you time when painting larger areas.
Yeah.
The thing that has impressed me out of these paint kits, because I've done a couple of them now, has been that they come with decent brushes. They're not fantastic, but they're definitely good ones to start with.
Yeah, these aren't crap brushes. I'm actually pretty impressed too.
Cool. Noob question. Do I dry off my brush before putting in the paint or just don't care?
It depends on how thick the paint is. You're saying it looks like it's a good consistency.
Yeah.
I would just let's hold this here. I would just run it across. Big thing is remember, always dry it the direction like you're painting. You don't want to go the other direction. Oh, you said newbies. I just wanted to make sure I covered.
I am a newbie, but yeah, I get it. I get what you're saying.
Okay.
There's going to be people who are newer than me.
Yeah. If I'm really not sure of the paint consistency, I like to use ceramic tiles that you would have like on the floor in the bathroom to mix, but you can use pretty much anything. Like right here, I've got an index card, so I can just paint some of my paint onto the index card until I get it to the consistency I want. Some people just do it on their hand, but
that's what they say. You're doing it right now.
On your hand. And don't worry if you paint outside the lines, because this is just the first pass, and so
right.
Yeah.
And we're going to be putting stuff, the other, like the shirt color on top afterward. Therefore,
he looks like Taffy. He's the Taffy Oni.
My Taffy Oni.
Salty.
Mm-hmm. Lives by the ocean.
Taffy Oni pudding.
I guess when you're in Japan, you live by the ocean no matter what.
Kind of true. Although I wasn't really near the ocean. I was a good hour away from the ocean. Maybe an hour and a half.
So about as far as Fort Collins.
Yeah. I mean, I was near the ocean enough that you could feel the amounts of horrible, whatever they call it, water in the air thing. Humidity. Thank you. That evil stuff that they stick in the air that makes you go, oh, why do I feel like I need to shower when I just walked out of the shower like 5 seconds ago?
Yeah, I never thought of Japan as being a particularly arid country.
No, it's not. But I'm a particularly arid person. I mean, like...
No, the worst I've ever experienced was New Orleans.
New Orleans is brutal. Agreed.
I grew up there.
Weird thing is, I keep trying to think back because I don't remember ever really complaining about the weather as much when I was a teenager. And I'm wondering if it's just because I didn't have anything to compare it to.
Oh, you didn't know any better?
Yeah, this is just what it is. So
yeah.
you live with it. And then when I went to Germany and discovered that, hey, there are other temperatures besides freezing cold and boiling hot. Like, oh.
Cold and humid is
proof,
hell
guys.
on earth.
We found flat Earth proof.
Oh, well, we knew it all along.
Yep, we've got proof that there's flat Earth. That it's flat Earth.
I knew that just from Minecraft.
Right. I mean, that's obvious.
Yeah, if anybody has any questions or anything, please post them over in the comments there, and I'll try to look away occasionally and keep up with you.
Yeah, I was going to say, the problem with this great plan is that we're all like, hey, this is great, but we're not paying attention.
Well, between brush dabs,
there's no new comments since the Bring Me Red.
I'm probably using the worst lighting I could here for this, because this is not my painting station, it's my computer station.
This, however, is my painting station, and I've got lights on both sides, which makes it lovely and well lit.
I am really liking the gunmetal on this guy. It's looking like a Cyclops.
Yeah. Totally looks like Cyclops.
Not Cyclops. He's the laser eye guy. Colossus.
Oh, Colossus. That's right.
That's the fella I'm trying to remember. Both begin with the letter C, and they're both in the X-Men. That's my excuse. Sticking to it. So I'm going to have to actually not paint this on camera unless if I can lean in more. There we go. I've got bad eyesight when it comes to little tiny detail.
Question for Troy.
Yeah.
So Troy, when you build minis, do you do sub-assembly or a fully built mini?
Oh. I'm trying to remember what sub-assembly means.
Like, do you paint one piece of the ship?
Oh, yeah.
Assemble them together, or do you?
So generally, if every area on the mini can be reached after it's assembled, I just go ahead and assemble it. But my kiddos have been getting a bit into Warhammer, and some of those guys hold their guns really close to their chest. So getting the detail on the chest armor is hard to do once the guns are attached. So I have them build everything except for that gun part, so I can get to that and teach them that's how you paint it. I did see a cool thing once. See if I can reach this here. When you go to the Warhammer store, usually if you ask them for a demo mini, they'll give you a freebie like this guy here. And I saw a cool thing where somebody took a bunch of these and they painted the whole thing just one color to show what all the colors look like on a mini. So you go, this is what the red looks like. This is what the blue looks like. And had it as like their little color chart. I don't have that many unassembled individual Space Marines to do that. So.
Right.
So I'm going to have to use the thinner brush, I think, to get his toes between his straps there.
Yeah, I was noticing we're going to have to use the thinner brush for that.
The other option is just to be sloppy and then go back and get the straps later.
That's kind of what I did.
How about you, Brent? Do you paint them individually, or do you put them any together first? Oh, asking about pinning. Pinning, I find I have to do if I'm trying to attach a weapon or an arm or something that's just not wanting to stay and does not have a lot of surface area. The problem I encountered, just like the last mini I was working on where I wanted to pin it, there was not enough mini for me to actually drill into to do it, because I needed to drill into where the sword hilt was on the hand. That was for Nilthan's character.
Right, yeah.
I really wanted to pin that, but his hand, I think, would have disintegrated if I would have drilled into it, which would have given me a whole other problem, and I'd have to just replace the whole hand.
Right. Then you'd have to say, can you just give me a hand here with this?
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, it's past 9:30.
Oh.
So you know what we should do?
I got it. Just have to get to the manners. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. This one. Geek Tech is sponsored by Kirin Games, Geekway Homes, and
Your
mom. And once again, Kirin Games, thank you for the minis that we are painting right now.
Thanks for the mini.
It's been like 20 minutes since I had a drink. What's up with that?
I don't know. It's drink. All right. What flesh am I missing here? Oh, right there.
Flesh.
I'm calling it flesh, but it's metal.
So now I've got.
Yeah, you got a lot going there.
This is turquoise, so because I like the turquoise. So screw you for whatever color you want to really make it. My theory in life here
is screw it.
Yep. Painting this whichever way I want to paint it. Damn it.
Yeah, don't drink the paint water. Apparently that happens when people use the same kind of cup for their paint water and their coffee.
It's one of the reasons I use cups with straws. Because my paint water usually it lives in this thing, right? Which is obviously not drinkable. In fact, they put little containers on the side, so it'd be very hard. So then that's exactly why I do it.
You put your paintbrush right down the straw.
Right.
Helps you stay on target.
Stay on target.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I may have missed some somewhere, but I'm moving on to the next color. Viking Blood Mead last weekend, huh?
Yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah, they do a few different meads, and I think I've had all of them. And they're all tasty. Nice mouthfeel. What I'm drinking right now, there's a pumpkin beer sampler from Elysian Brewery. It's out in like King Soopers, like $20 for 12-pack. And this is their pumpkin stout, which is actually all of them are all right. This is all right. They have an imperial one, which is like an 8.5 ABV, which is also all right. Then they have a coffee ale, which is quite good, very heavy on the coffee tones if you like that kind of thing. And then their best one is their award-winning Night Owl. That is a truly kind of pumpkin spice beer. So the Viking Blood is from, gosh, I forget their name, Njord or something like that. I think they're in Colorado. There's a couple different meads at Ren Fair this year. They had their usual Chaucer's, which is quite alcoholic and very sweet. They had another one that was on draft that was less alcoholic and also less sweet. And it had a few different flavors of that. I forgot who did it, though. It was quite tasty. Womp womp. Sorry. Didn't remember.
Is he like he's like a preppy who's got his sweater tied around his waist?
Yes.
Is that what's going on here?
That's what it looks like to me. So I'm doing the sweater in a different color.
Yeah, because it does not look like it's not part of the pants or part of the shirt.
No, it's like a leather jacket or something. He's all like,
yeah.
Redstone's all right. I personally don't like their regular offers that you can get from the stores. I just think they're just not all that. They're a little bit. I mean, they're pretty thin. The flavors are usually okay. However, when you do their meadery tour, at least it used to be this way, I'm pretty sure it still is. You do their meadery tour, you get to have like some free samples of their stuff, which is good. But they also have a bunch of craft meads, and that was the first time I had a sizer. And this was back, I don't know, Josh, like it's 2023 right now. It was probably like 20 years ago. Laura and I were still living by Cheeseman Park and all that. My parents came out to visit. We went out to Redstone Meadery, and they had some meads that they had where you had to actually, for a sample, you had to like pay a couple bucks for a shot. And I tried a couple of those, and they were really good. And the one I fell in love with was a sizer, which is a mead made with honey and with apples. And for $7.50, it was something like $60 20 years ago. And I was like, yeah, please take it. Bought a bottle and absolutely loved the crap out of it. It was so good. So if you ever go to Redstone Meadery, I definitely recommend checking out their craft meads and buying those up.
Where's Redstone Meadery located at?
Up in Boulder.
Oh, okay. And if through some weird chance you're listening, send us some stuff and we'll taste it on the air.
I'll absolutely do that. Send us your good stuff, not the stuff you sell in the stores, though, please. Thank you.
Like, we know what you're talking about.
Blue going there. Now he's blue with purple. Blue with purple.
Oh, okay. I thought sizer was specifically apple. Well, of course, in medieval times, any kind of alcohol made with fruit was a wine. So.
So are you saying it's blurple? Alex?
Blurple.
I mean, Guy.
Yep. Definitely blurple.
Yeah, I actually made a sizer myself, which is also apple and honey, and it was amazing. It was also something like 14% alcohol. It was get fucked up. The taco meat mead. Was it supposed to taste like taco meat? Because that sounds disgusting.
That sounds horrible. Yeah, that won't be bad.
I guess my brain was remembering a different colored outfit, Colossus. Because for a moment I'm like, maybe I'll just paint his outfit the same color as Colossus's outfit, but it's not blue with yellow, it's red with yellow.
Yeah.
Which I don't think would look very good.
No.
And frankly, it doesn't look very good on Colossus. We're just saying.
But we wouldn't say it to him. I saw words appear. What were they? Oh, okay.
I mean, if we're going to get pedantic on any kind of fruit and honey as a sizer, I'm going to get pedantic on you don't actually brew a mead.
Don't. I'm staying out of this one because I don't know anything. And I know enough to know I don't know anything.
Well, brewing implies boiling. Brewing means boiling.
That makes sense.
I was just talking today about how it's interesting that Japanese has pretty much exactly one word for each thing, whereas English has all of these words. Brewing, boiling, stuff like that.
Doing my best what I've been drinking.
Well, that's I did see somewhere a place was doing the way that they have the paint, wine and paint for people. There was one doing miniature painting and drinking, and I'm like, that's more my speed. Don't really do the drinking so much, but if it's painting miniatures, I can drink.
All right.
So I went with blue for his upper part, and I'm going to go with black for his pants. I'm not sure exactly what I'm doing with his little cape, his butt cape.
Butt cape.
Spider-Man.
Do. It looks like you haven't spilled any paint yet, Alex.
Good job.
Nope.
There you
Go
go.
me. I'm winning.
There's the stuff that I... Oh, go ahead.
And I was going to say, I actually got into it with like some people at the home brewer shop when I was like, because I was making mine. It just, the reaction kept going. It didn't stop. So I'm like, I guess I need to add more honey, because if the microbes are still eating and making alcohol, let's keep on doing this. And I'd gone to the shop to get more honey, and they were like talking to me about what I was doing. I'm like, yeah, da, da, da. And then they're like, oh, well, that doesn't make much sense. I'm like, yeah, that's what it's doing. And it's like, well, it's like, we don't have sulfites in our stuff. It's like, well, the cider kit that I'm using for the apple, it totally has sulfates in it. I mean, no, it doesn't. Like, I can go back there and grab it and show it to you if you really want to. And then like they got to the point where they were like, what were they saying? It was like, yeah, my tool for measuring the ABV, it's just hitting the bottom. And they were like, no, it shouldn't do that either. And I'm like, seriously, guys, like, obviously it's higher alcohol than what the one that you sold me is rated for. But if you really want me to, I'll go home, grab the 5-gallon bucket, bring it here, and show you.
Mm-hmm.
When you get fucking comic book guy on me, fuck off. It's like, gee, who am I? And I was like talking to him, I was like, who am I going to listen to? Am I going to listen to some randos who work at the home brewery shop, or my stepfather who's got several best in shows and first places and second places under his belt over the last 10 years? Who's got more fucking bona fides?
Something I tell my kids as a driving instructor is that anybody that tells you they know everything, they're lying to you.
Except me. I know everything.
He's lying to you.
It's like the kind of thing where it's like, come the fuck on. It's like, you should be welcoming people into your hobby, not fucking trying to gatekeep them. Fuck off.
Don't gatekeep people on hobbies. That's ridiculous.
By the way, painting's only for boys. No, I'm kidding.
Right.
Just had to say that to be all sarcastic. Some of the best miniature painters are female.
You know a lot of females.
Shh, don't tell Tara.
You're friends with females.
Don't tell Tara.
It's true.
She knows.
She knows. Almost all my friends in high school were female.
Right? That's how you... I hate to say this, but that's actually kind of true of a lot of us, I think.
And they were friends, not people I was trying to sleep with.
Right? That's the thing that's so funny. Is
you don't like sleeping with your friends?
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that wasn't.
Troy only sleeps with his enemies.
Yeah, see that takes all the
so
fun
bad.
out of Troy's and my relationship right there.
Yes,
I mean, just
keep your enemies closer to your
Exactly.
crotch.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird thing that I did when in school. I had all female friends because the guys were just they were just so weird, and I didn't want to deal with them. And now, as an adult, almost all my friends are male, and it's because I found the same kind of people that I found,
Yeah, well,
it's just totally a luck of the draw. It had nothing to do with.
Most of the male groups wanted to either talk about sports or cars, and neither of those things I could really
relate to.
Give a crap about.
Right. All right. He's got fringe around the outside of this thing, and I'm thinking I'm going to go with some god-awful yellow or something fun like that.
What fringe is that?
On the edge of his coat, or whatever we want to call this thing.
Oh, I see. The little tassels.
Yeah. They need to be nuclear yellow or something fun.
Mellow yellow. Oops.
There we go.
So when you do multiple miniatures, I found that you want to kind of plan ahead and go, what what's going to be black on each of these miniatures, so I only have to have the black paint open and go through and hit all those spots, and then go back to the first mini and switch colors.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yep.
I think I'm done with my skin.
Nice.
It's falling off now. Oh wait, way too much radioactivity.
All right, into the.
I missed some blue. You gotta go back and open up the blue. I missed one of the shoulder straps, one of the bra straps.
Bra straps. I threw out the bra straps. Wait, what? I threw out the bra straps. I think I missed the same bra strap.
The one under the hair?
Yeah.
Yep. I thought it was hair. On closer examination, it is hair over top of a bra strap.
Oh. Now,
my dad has been home brewing since like the early to mid 90s, and in the mid aughts, my wife and I were out in Vegas visiting them, my mom and dad, and we decided to eat in. And so he had made this wine rack out of like copper tubing that he welded it together and stuff. And
nice.
And he's like, yeah, mom's gonna be making this, and this will go well, and this will go well, and that we'll say that for another time, but this will go well too. And I'm like, Dad, hold the phone. Is that a stack of second place ribbons I see up there? And he goes, that just means I'm consistent. I'm like, and I told him, I go, don't bullshit me. That means you're consistently good. And yeah, within like 2 years later, he had his first place, and a year after, he had his first best in show. It's like, come on, man.
Awesome.
Nicely done. Like your dad.
I do too. Now.
Yeah. I remember. I was there.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually kind of funny because like that's one of those weird things where I remember something from a long time ago, and since it was never updated, I just keep that as the database piece. Like James always hated his dad, except that he didn't. It's just that he never told me he buried the hatchet with his dad. So I'm like, oh, and he like buried the hatchet with his dad 100 million years ago too, to boot. So it was like, all I'm remembering is what happened in high school, because that was the last time that file had gotten updated in my brain. It's the same with you. Last time the file was updated, you were like, I hate my stepdad. He's awful. But that was like you were 16 to boot,
Right.
But that's the last time that file was updated, so we're stuck there.
This is all goopy, stringy looking.
There. Make it yellow. It's yellow fringe. Maybe I'll make his bra strap fringe yellow too.
Hey, is it pants time, shirt time, or skirt time? I don't know.
Well, I went from skin to shirt and then the pants, and now I'm going to his little flappy thing. And then after that, I'm going to go to his leg armor and sandals.
It's like he's got some carpet. He's had some carpet around his waist.
Yeah, it looks like carpet. That's why I put the yellow fringe on it. It's because it does. It kind of looks like carpet.
Has thou's been raiding Mom's drapery?
Quit stealing our drapes. Stupid. That's what he is. He's a drape Oni. That's what he is. Secretly. He is the Oni that steals your drapes.
I don't know if I'm going to like this color or not.
I have made a mistake, so the paint is still wet, so I can get in here and kind of pull it back.
I'm already kind of like going with what the color scheme is on the little thing. I might as well keep going.
Works for me. I'm being ridiculous because this is a fun project.
Oh crap! It's 10 till.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna finish.
I ain't finishing in 9 minutes. I mean, well, okay, I might finish, but it's not gonna be finished painting.
Right.
Is that an innuendo?
No, that's a. I'm probably not gonna pick this project up again.
Oh.
I'll try to finish him. I would get annoyed, so I'll probably finish him because he'll just sit here and stare at me the entire time, and I'll be like, "Damn it!"
Accusing.
Yeah. I get all accusatory on me, and then I'd be like, "Really?" Really?
So what I'm doing with this part here, all my brush strokes I'm doing from top to bottom to try to give it like kind of a, I don't know if I'm getting in there, give it
Yeah,
kind
like
of a fabric look.
yeah.
So
I'm noticing on mine, like the Oni's hair and shirt are the same color. So it's like he made a shirt out of his hair.
yep. I wasn't sure what color of hair a Cyber Oni would have.
Now, I've made a mistake here. The yellow bled up onto the curtain that he's wearing. So later I'm going to come back in when this is dried and I'll put in more dark blue and just tap that back in and fix that.
Ooh, Brent says you should just work on it tonight during your regular stream.
Nah, I got other shit to do tonight.
You just carry all three of us over there.
Yeah, we'll just
continuation.
A continuation.
Yeah, my white's a little bit gooey.
What I might get to is this flat earth problem. Because I'm going to make a sandals brown. So I'll use this flat earth to get in there. And now I will use the fine detail brush because I need to get into his sandals.
Maybe I should make his hair red, yellow, and white, so it'll be like the AV cables.
Right?
AVI cables. Whoops, they got all blurry. I'm having trouble coordinating how I'm holding this guy. So I haven't done the inside of his jacket yet, just the outside.
Jacket.
Whatever the hell it is.
The inside of his
Sorry, I was making all sorts of Adventure Brothers jokes that nobody remembers.
I've not seen all of them. It's one of those things where I actually started watching them again. I think I told you I was trying to show them to Nick, and at first he was all, I don't like it, but then later on he came, like, hey, why don't we watch a few more? I'm like, absolutely.
So
good. Yeah, my kid and I just finished watching Gundam's Witch from Mercury.
Okay.
The whole run. And I was actually really impressed. Like, got to the point where they really wanted to watch it and they were really into it and everything like that. That was really cool. I was very proud, sitting through all the episodes.
So which Gundam is that?
Especially when it went totally Gundam. Because at first it started out being Gundam Utena. And it was totally Utena. And then, of course, it goes Gundam somewhere along the line. People start dying. Things get killy. The mechas start, getting into war mode. And once Gundam decides it's in that mode, you're pretty much into the everybody dies sort of thing. Not really literally, but like the characters do survive, but not all of them.
Cool.
So that's Gundam. That's just what Gundam does.
Which voice actors have been renewed for next season and which ones haven't?
Right. Well, makes it easy to figure out who's dying.
Mm-hmm.
Guess it's you, Bob. You didn't renew, so.
Why are you always picking on Bob?
Right?
Because it's the only name you can remember.
I have a friend named Bob, and probably saying Bob all the time isn't going to end it. Like, I'm not trying to call out my actual buddy over there.
Guy has to leave, but we don't, so we could stick around for a later show.
Yeah, I've been kind of lackadaisical, but I'm assuming I will probably be able to pick up somebody else tonight. So that I might leave here in a minute. I just want to finish the sandals.
And Brent can watch both shows at the same time.
What?
So futuristic.
In the future, 2023, cyber psychic cinema.
This dark brown I'm using is really thin.
It is thin. I'm noticing that. I'm on that dark brown too.
Well, I'm not leaving his hair white.
Maybe I will.
I did. Like I'm doing just off the thing.
I don't think silver's on my little cheat sheet color wheel that I have here. To see what colors they recommend with it. To the interwebs.
All right, well, I'm going to have to wrap it up here because it's time for me to go move over to my other side.
Cool.
So I'm gonna leave you guys to your own devices because I don't actually have to stick around
You do
to
not.
run the show. In fact,
Yeah,
I
you can
cannot run the show at all. Which is so.
Yep, you could say
There we go.
goodbye.
This is where I am so far.
Nice.
Not bad.
Yep. So I am. I am slow. I'm slow like turtle.
It's all right. I usually end up with entire fleets of spaceships, so I've gotten fast. Because otherwise, I will only have one starship out for battle. Then it's like, well, that didn't help you, and he did it now.
Cool.
All right.
Has our crawl just been going on the whole time?
Yeah.
Has that
That's
what
funny.
been going on the whole time?
Our
The ad
sponsors
crawl.
just been sponsoring away.
Been sponsoring
Well, thanks,
the entire
Brent.
time.
That's encouraging. I actually had a pretty cool moment at work today where I actually like did the thing.
Uh-huh.
So that was cool. Even got a little extra reward out of it.
So all the interwebs saying purple's a good color to go with silver.
All right, I'm back over here at my main camera. So I'm going to bring that thing back on and say, well, where are you guys? I haven't seen you guys this entire time because, of course, my screen is here.
I'm right here.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
What's your mini look
And
like?
we've been concentrating
Oh,
on our
camera?
minis.
Let's see if I can get some light on there.
Oh, looking good.
Oh, that does look kick-ass.
Blurring out.
That does look blurry ass. I mean, what?
So I'm going to try purple for the hair and see what I think of that.
Purple hair.
I mean, it says dark blue, but it looks like purple to me.
Yeah, it looks like purple to me.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I'm going to bow out and start my
Bow
show.
wow.
Bow
All
wow.
right, man. Go have fun with your art show. I'm going to stay here and wrap up the hair, and then I'll be satisfied enough to say, there you go. And
Okay.
all right. So
Actually, you know what? I can stay here for a minute or two, just long enough to go live in the other thing, because I can actually start that show and then mute this now, which I couldn't do before. How's yours coming along there, Xanderman?
Oh, I just have the shirt and hair, or the hair made from his shirt. Or
That's
shirt made from his
totally
hair
okay.
And his skin.
Look at
He's gonna be
that.
starting on the purple
looks
pants.
really nice, actually. I like that.
Yeah, this is definitely not my jam.
That's
yeah.
totally all right. This
Yeah.
is, for me, this is very zen.
Right?
Like, I really enjoy my stream shut down unexpectedly.
Boo.
Okay. Restart that stream, man. I'm like, why would you just stop? Okay, that's all right. Because I've got a lead that's about 5 minutes long. So I'll just keep firing it up there, and it crashed again.
Uh-oh.
That doesn't seem good.
No, let's try it again one more time.
With filling.
Firing off the stream. Okay, it looks like the chat came up this time. That was weird. Very strange. I've never seen the stream fail before. But it looks like it's running now. That was weird. Really weird.
All right.
I guess someone light on.
I don't know. See you later, Bob. We love you.
See you, Bob.
Thanks.
You're gonna crawl into bed and watch me do art.
Well, it's
That's
interesting.
Hot.
In this light, it does look blue, but in real life, it looks purple.
right?
Wacky.
Looks like that stream's solid now, so I can.
So these colors that you're looking at are not representative of the colors of what they look like here in real life.
Right.
That's wild.
Yep. So yeah, the other stuff I would do on him would take. I'd at least wait an hour before I do it because it requires putting wet paint over other paint, and you don't want to put wet paint over wet paint unless you're attempting wet blending.
Yeah, I kind of see
what
that
I
on
ended
like
up
the
doing.
highlights and stuff on here. Yeah.
Yeah, so that stuff's done after it's dried, and then you can use a dry brush technique and that to do that, or you can use for the lighter stuff you use dry brush because you're hitting the ridges, and for the inner stuff you use like inks or like watered down paint so it goes in the cracks.
Right.
Gotcha.
But yeah, like I was saying, this is very meditative for me to do, and I can multitask with this and watch a show or listen to a show, and so it's definitely not for everybody. It requires a certain level of just getting into it and the process.
That's cool.
But I don't mind if not everybody learns to paint, because then that means they get me to paint their minis for them.
Yay! Thanks for
Right.
painting my minis, Troy.
Yeah.
But it's not just that. I mean, it's like everybody has their thing. I like just painting minis as just sort of, like I said, it's zen. It's really nice to just kind of sit there and paint. It makes me very happy.
I really limit my commissions because I don't want it to become a job.
Yeah.
Because then I won't like it. But if I'm just occasionally taking a little bit of money from friends to paint their board game minis and stuff.
Yeah, I've got somebody was asking me at the last game I was at, and they said, "Do you paint minis?" And I'm like, "Well, sometimes I do." And they're like, "Good, then I will pay you to paint my minis." And I was like, "Do I really want to get into this?" Like I was like thinking it in my head. I'm like, on the one hand, might be nice to get some money. On the other hand, he'll probably give me 500 minis. You know what I mean? Like,
well, that's why you got to price it. You got to figure out how much your time's worth and how much time it takes to paint a mini. Right. That's what I do. My prices are a little higher than some people that do it for a living because they're trying to get the jobs. But they paint, and they might probably paint faster than me, which means they're not spending as much time on it as I would.
Absolutely.
But
it's 17 degrees outside. I will definitely open my door.
Yeah, I don't talk
Celsius.
I don't talk Celsius or kilograms.
Yep.
Or stone.
Yep, you do that. It's not stone. The metric system is superior. Stone is not the metric system.
Yeah, but you use stone a lot when you talk about weight.
Only if you're stoned.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, then I'm going to keep going because I've got like 9 seconds before the opening credits start. So
I think we can actually wrap up here because I think I'm mostly finished enough, and we had some good questions.
That sounds good to me.
For dramatic angle.
Right. Well, we can't dramatic too much because I got to start the other side. So that's all the time we've got for today. Thank you for joining us. I've been Guy.
I've been Troy.
And I've been Alex.
And this is Geek Tank.